welcome to Champlin Park High School for Northwest Suburban Conference Volleyball, a late season matchup between the Osseo Orioles and the Champlin Park Rebels. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Andy Gugasberg, and a great season for Champlin Park, Andy, but they had a couple losses over the weekend to kind of get them refocused as they got knocked off by Hopkins and Stillwater.
Yeah, I was able to talk with assistant coach Axnis after the tournament. She came down and actually we were playing against each other in a youth league thing. She said, you know, we get a little ahead of ourselves, we get some confidence going, and then sometimes people can find a chink in the armor. It was serve-receive those two matches. They think they've got it fixed over the weekend into Monday's practice. Look for them to be reset, refocused, and ready to go for the final season run into playoffs.
And for Osseo, they've had a good run in their program, but a lot of new faces in the lineup this year. They're young, but they're coming on. They've won 5 straight, and you know, it takes a while to kind of gel, and they're feeling like they have started to do that now.
Absolutely true. They got 2 returners from last year's varsity squad that saw significant time. Bunch of new faces, and Coach Burian doing a great job mixing in the new faces, giving them a new identity, and allowing them to do Osseo things.
Their team learning to trust each other is what Coach Burian said too for the Orioles. Well, these teams have matched up a lot over the years, and obviously there's the potential for seeing each other again in just a couple weeks at section time. I think it makes it a little more important than maybe this match would otherwise be when you know you've got them potentially ahead again.
Yeah, absolutely true. I think the conference title is out of Osseo's window right now. Obviously, Maple Grove and Champlin fighting for it as we speak. But this is kind of okay, let's see if we can pick apart a couple things. As Matt Hauk from the U of M always talks about when he's watching film, he says, we're just trying to pick the lock. We got to find a way to pick the lock and maybe steal a point or two. You can do that off of some film from this match. Maybe it gives you the confidence going into a section matchup.
Talk about key players in this one, starting with the visitors from Osseo. It is a young player that leads them in kills, Lindy Odery.
She seems to be doing some really nice things. She gives herself some room to work. Setters give her the ball off the net, and she's able to spray around the court, maybe hit a couple balls over the block. Very intelligent attacker for a first-year varsity player. Look for her to score, not with some thundering kills that we saw in previous years from Atina Bow and people like that, but look for her to be smart and find open spaces.
And for Champlin Park, Izzy Ashburn's been battling a little bit of an ankle issue this year, but obviously one of the better players around the Twin Cities.
Absolutely true. She just does such a good job, and she's the same thing. She's actually, I mean, she's not quite hilly, but she did the same thing. Like, well, you know, she can do this and she can do that, but when Coach John Junker asked her to step in and do something she's not comfortable with, hey, John, whatever you need for the team. You give me 2-3 players like that, I can take a team nearly to the state tournament. Now you give me John Junker's IQ, we can get there.
All right, should be a good one here tonight. It's the Orioles and the Rebels doing battle next here on CCX.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Osseo serving to start the match as Aaliyah Teckham puts it in play. They are in white on the right side of your screen here in this first set. They'll come out to Kelsey Seelock off the block. Rebels now getting into their offense. Cross-court hit there by Jordan Stalpus. Dug up. Ashburn setting middle here, but Orioles easily get to that one. A little out of system here, though, and Champlin Park will get a chance to go. Back out to Stalpus, and she will put it away. First point up for the Rebels.
Good rally there to start the match. Repeat the hitter a couple times. Stalpus finally gets us out of the rotation. She'll go back to serve.
Sophomore who's played pretty well this year for Champlin Park as they go up 1-0 here. And too strong with that one, and Osseo on the board for the first time. I think maybe earlier in the season this would have been a more daunting task for Osseo. Yes, it's still going to be very difficult for them, but they've played more together now, played more varsity matches. I think they can, at least be a little more relaxed than they might have been if this were in the first week of September, say.
Absolutely true, as Seelock drops a service ace right in front of Stalpas. Great float on that ball, dropped it right in front of her.
This time the Rebels handle it much better. They will attack in the middle with Emma Schmidt, and she finds the corner. 2-2 score here. Schmidt will do some setting tonight and will hit in 4 of the rotations. Just got that one on the line, it looked like there, as Caitlin Weimer-Skirch will serve for Champlin Park. Dug up by Stalpas, Ashburn, and that one is just too long from Sammy Hilly.
Sammy Hilly does a great job getting herself available there. The set was in a pretty good spot, looking for hands and just missed. Good eye by the Osseo Oriole defense.
Taylor Kwan will serve here for Osseo. Their team up by 1. Long run for Ashburn to get to it. Hilly rolling it over. Oops. Little mix-up there on the set. Kwan saves the day for Osseo. They come right side with that one, and Kwan not able to dig that one up. I think they surprise him a little bit by going right with it.
We see the ball going back to Schmidt here, and yeah, it's weird to see that ball go to the right, but Schmidt's the kid. You got to have eyes on her and know that she's probably getting the ball all the way across the front row.
I think Kwan's vision a little bit blocked by her blockers up front there too. Schmidt hustling to get to it. Ashburn a dump, but Seelock a great dig, but Orioles not able to keep it up, and it's 4-3 Rebels.
Good decision there to throw that one over on 2. Seelock does a great job getting it up, but not able to control it so her teammates can help.
The captains for Champlin Park here, Bree Gore with the serve. Seelock a good pass to start it out here for the Orioles. Stalpas able to dig that one. Ashburn gets to it. Schmidt cross court. Kwan is there. And we had a net violation here against Champlin Park's Hilly, so Osseo evens it up at 4.
Good. I like the fact that Osseo's going up swinging. They're taking some really hefty cuts on the ball. The Rebel defense is able to get the ball up, dig it nicely, but not able to control it well enough to run offense.
Carissa Furman coming in to serve here for the Orioles. Ashburn to the outside for Hilly, and it was blocked but wide. And the Rebels score the point.
Be interesting to see how often they serve Weimer-Skirch and it leads directly to a side out. That's happened twice so far this match, and it's led directly to 2 quick side outs for the Rebels.
Timed well by Odry, but not quite able to turn that ball back in. And this time an excellent block for Champlin Park as Hilly and Ashburn were there. And a 6-4 lead here for Champlin Park as Emma Schmidt will serve. Tipped over the block. Schmidt hustles in to get to it. Now Stalpas. Back outside and put away there for Osseo by Odry.
We see another look here. Odry does a good job going thumb down and putting it in between the 2 blockers. Again, we talked about it before the match started. She's not going to hit it hard. She is going to find a lot of open spaces. There she finds one in front of the backcourt defense.
Unable to get to it. Seelock tipping over the block. Dug up nicely there by Furman. Gore doing the same, and then that one will find a corner there as Stalpas finds the open space. Osseo just got stretched out a little bit, and you see, I honestly thought when she hit it, it wasn't going to be in, but really did a nice job taking a little bit off it and got it in pretty easily. Ashburn just able to get to that one and control her body to not go into the net. Now fights that one off. Stalpas off the block. Here's Seelock attacking and gets that one returned to sender right there. Insult to injury as it comes back into her forehead.
Yeah, it's a well-formed block there from both Ashburn and Praske.
So an 8-5 lead for Champlin Park as Hilly serves. And Seelock got her footwork a little messed up there. That one just looked disjointed right from the get-go.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a ghost to that one as she got blocked hard on the last ball. She knew she didn't want to go as hard that time and kind of threw her footwork off to start it.
Seelock hustling and got that ball over. Ojury digging it up in the back row. However, we had a double contact call, looks like, on Osseo, or was it a net violation?
It was a double contact on Furman, not able to get her feet quite to the ball, mishandles it a little bit. Tim Harlow has officiated many a game at many a level, internationally certified. He's going to have a pretty tight whistle. And now we have a timeout here for Osseo. Champlin Park up 10-5. Wasn't quite the quick start that Champlin thought they were going to get. We see here John Yunker in his 7th season taking the Rebels to state the last 2 years. Jay, is that right?
Three
Years in a row, and they seem to be the odds-on favorite to go again this year. Talked to people over the summer, and going into the season, it wasn't a sure thing, but he, again, one of the things that every coach I talk to in the state of Minnesota talks about, John Yunker always gets 1 or 2 kids that can do a little bit of everything, and then he gets the rest of the team to buy in to, this is what you need to do for us to be successful. Last year, he took a kid named Izzy Ashburn and said, hey, we've got this Sydney Hilly kid who might be the best setter in the country, and we're not going to let her set, so we're going to have you set her the ball, okay? And she did a great job with it, and now this year he says, hey, we need Schmidt and Ashburn to come in. We want you guys to both set and hit. Anything you need, Coach. It's a good team rep in this gym.
Too strong with that one for Hilly, and this match is always a little special for John too because he is a proud Osseo graduate, so going against his old school. I had a chance to cover him a little bit when he was an athlete back at Osseo. So,
was he a hooper? Or
baseball player,
baseball.
and I'm trying to remember for sure. I know baseball is the one that stands out in my mind.
Okay.
And
touch off the block.
Yep, put away by Ashburn. So 11-6 Rebels lead, and obviously Champlin Park fans well aware, but maybe for general fans not knowing that John Yunker actually accepted a college job at North Dakota after last season, but it didn't work out the way he was hoping, and this job still hadn't been filled, and he came back. He didn't miss a season at all, just stepped back in. On hustling, but they're not going to be able to keep that one up, and 12-6 lead for the Rebels.
Good little service run here for Izzy Ashburn.
And that one is too strong just as soon as you say it.
You know, that's
but it still was.
Absolutely, and that's the great thing about Champlin Park. They're always going to play aggressive volleyball. We've seen 2 missed serves, floated long. That's exactly where you want to miss during a high school match. Don't put it into the net, not even give them an opportunity to think about it. Make them think, do I need to play this?
Leah Teckham serving here for Osseo as Riley Steester checked back in. And this one put away on the outside by Hannah Praske, another sophomore. So a lot of youth on both of these teams. The Rebels have a few seniors sprinkled in, but for the most part, you're seeing players that you're going to see again in the fall of 2018 playing high school ball. Stalpas the serve. Osseo started out pretty well in this one, at least trading points with the favored Rebels, but now have made a few more mistakes of late and down by 6. And that one is hit too long in the middle there by Emily Rossing. Coach Burian said Rossing, what she really gives them is real competitive drive. She wants to win badly. Some of that fire that Tina Bowe brought to their program last year, she said, you know, she's at this point not the same player as Tina Bowe, but in terms of the aggressiveness and attitude and just fiery temperament out there.
Great out-of-system swing there.
And the Orioles not able to handle that one.
Maddie Kopp does a really good job on this last play as the set is off the net farther than she wants. She's able to slow down her approach and then really get that step close to finish and still flip her shoulder to put that ball away.
And that's her just wide. Osseo breaking the run there like they needed to. Seelock will serve here for the Orioles. Ashburn coming to Schmidt in the middle, and I think that was off hands. Yes, it was. Score the point for Champlin Park.
Really nice swing there again from Schmidt. The 2 times they've been in this rotation, they've hung a 2-ball to her in the middle, and she scored out of serve receive both times.
Weimer Skirch, a bullet there. Ogery handles it nicely though. Weimer Skirch giving it here to Kopp. And again, Osseo a little trouble with ball handling there, and the Rebels starting to pull away here in this first set, leading at 17-8.
Kopp started the season on JV and has been moved up here recently and doing a really nice job on the outside for the Rebels.
Steester a swing there. Weimer Skirch digging it up. Here's Schmidt pounding away, and it's off the ceiling as Kwan tried to control that one.
Izzy Ashburn, it's just fun to watch her set as she goes flying towards the left antenna and reverses that ball beautifully to Schmidt for the kill.
Weimer Skirch, a short floater this time. Osseo with a middle attack, denied there as Rossing had a swing. And then Ogery got caught in between a little bit there. She was tight to the net and had to play it underhand over, and it's 19-8 Rebels. Another timeout for Mandy Burry and for Osseo as they can feel things starting to get away from them a little bit here in this first set.
I think the secret's out on Ogery as every time she gets the ball, there's 4 hands waiting for her. I think they're commit blocking on her. Here we see Mandy Burry in her 3rd year as a head coach, taking over for now AD Bill Kwan. And what she has done with the team chemistry with this group is really quite impressive. You look at them player for player, talent-wise, it's not a wow, all-state type caliber team, but what they can do, they do it all together. It's amazing to watch these players work together, cover each other's back. There have been 3 or 4 plays where the ball's gotten a weird touch and 2 or 3 teammates chasing the ball to the next touch. That's what really builds programs, and in the case of Osseo, maintains programs. The greatness that is Osseo. It's been a while since they've been to state just because some other schools have had a little more influx in talent, but what Mandy's doing with the team is getting them to believe and buy into the Oriole way, and there's a way that you can do things with the talent you have, and she's got the work ethic and the drive to do it.
And with the schedule they play, 10-5 isn't bad. All the talk is, oh, Osseo's down this year, and you know, but still have fared fairly well and getting better as the season goes. And this one off the block, and Osseo will get the point here as they are down 19-9 here in this opening set, and Taylor Kwan back to the service line here for the Orioles.
Your hand was right, just push with that shoulder inward.
Ashburn will go to the right for Schmidt, and it's a tough ball to time on the block, and they were not quite meeting that ball at its top here as they got up late.
Yeah, again, you can't lose Emma Schmidt. You got to know where she is at all times and make sure your hands go up with her.
Gore serving here for the Rebels. Ball might have been possibly headed out, but Seelock not taking any chances. Here's Schmidt. Came right back at her, and Osseo got the better of her that time. Hannah Carmen, I think, getting most of that block. And Steester was there as well.
Really good commit block. They time the hitter, get their eyes off the ball, and that's stuffed back down. Great block by the Orioles.
Furman serving here for Osseo, down by 10. Tough ball for Schmidt to handle, punches it over left-handed with good body control there. Gonna come right back to Schmidt, and she will hammer it home. And she kind of, like you were saying, Andy, she kind of stands out a little bit. There's, you know, a lot of good players on both teams, but as a hitter and as an attacker, she right now is somebody you want to go to often if you're the Rebels.
Absolutely, and Hannah Carmen trying to read the setter, but Ashburn's too good for that. You just kind of got to make your decision, live or die by it, and away we go.
Schmidt wide with the serve, though. Ojeri to serve now for Osseo as they are down 10. Obviously, trading points right now, not going to catch them up, but I think they want to still, you know, finish out this first set strong anyway and not hang their heads. Seelock playing it over. Schmidt now Weimer-Skirch, and then it is Ashburn. Osseo comes right side. Weimer-Skirch digging it up. And we get double contact call there on the set by the Rebels. So Osseo up to 12 points now. Still not a good margin for error for them, but going to keep chipping away as Ojeri serves. Here's Ashburn hammering it. Now Seelock sending it over on the second ball. Stalpas hits that one into the tape.
Little run here late for the Orioles. At minimum, going to take some momentum into set 2. We'll see what they got left.
Ojeri. Pretty good serving by both teams so far here. Here's Hilly and goes quick with that one. The block was late as they speeded up their tempo a little bit.
Yeah, Sammy Hilly does a really good job running away from the middle, running what we call a gap set, a gap in between the right side blocker and the middle blocker, and it's a great find from Schmidt to Hilly.
And Hilly just a little too strong with that one. So when the Rebels have missed, that's how it's been. Like you said, that's better, much better than the alternatives, but
yeah. They've missed 4 or 5 serves, and they've all been really aggressive. You can tell as a coach when a server's back behind the service line, like sometimes they just check out and miss. These have all been really focused serves that are just going long or just going wide.
Aaron's a great serve, but Gore able to dig it up. Here's Seelock getting a swing, and she will find some room in the middle of the Rebels there. And I don't know that they're quite on their heels just yet, but they're getting a little bit closer, and like you said, building some confidence. You see in smiles on the faces of the Orioles, and that can only help them the rest of the night. Another great serve that Gore barely gets to, and then Ashburn says, okay, time to stop this little run, and puts it away for the Rebels.
Yeah, out of system ball, just throw it back to Ashburn and hope she can help you out, and she does. Puts that ball in the 6-1 seam and count it.
Ashburn to serve here for Champlin Park. They lead by 8. And a strong block put up by the Rebels, Kraske and Stalpas, and they will pull to within 1 of wrapping up this first set. And Ashburn into the tape with that one, so I might have spoken a little too soon about the nice serving tonight. They've faltered a little bit down the stretch.
Yeah, I think that's 6 in this set. I have a feeling I know what John Yunker is going to be talking about in the huddle between sets 1 and 2.
Teckham to serve here for Osseo. Ashburn outside to Stalpas. It's blocked. And they'll come back to Schmidt. Kwan digging that up. Nice dig by Schmidt. And let's see off the ceiling. Can they stay with it? Yes, Kwan does. Seelock tipping over. Ashburn lunging for it. Stalpas off hands. Nice dig made there by Ojeri. And a collision, but they keep it up. Stalpas cross court and will win a long point. And the Rebels prevail 25-16 in an interesting first set. Osseo was down big. They came back a little bit, but the Rebels never really lost control.
Absolutely. We see the end of this. Oh, we're going to start with that great dig. Absolutely. Ball goes up into the rafters. Kwan with the wherewithal to stay with it as dust is falling down. We got a tip over. Going to be a nice out-of-system ball here. She's going to flip shoulder, go off the hands, and continue the rally. Another good shot here coming. Picked up again from the 5-6 seam. And I think this is the one. Yeah, that's the one that ends it as Stalpas on her 3rd opportunity and as many opportunities. Takes her 3rd swing and puts that one down for the 25-16 win.
So the Rebels prevail in the first set. We'll be back with set 2 here on CCX Sports.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
"25-16 win for Champlin Park in the opening set. Teams getting set for our second. Andy, your impressions, what needs to happen for both teams here heading into set two?
Well, I think Champlin, the errors we saw from Champlin, most of them stem from the service line. They need to maintain their aggressive focus on what they're trying to do and just take a little off those deep serves and drop them in the court. For Osseo, the push at the end was really quite impressive to watch. They started fresh, and then Champlin did Champlin things and went on a big run there in the middle. By the end, towards the end of the set, though, Osseo reset, refocused, took care of the serve-receive ball, and then took care of opportunities to swing to score. I think if they continue to find ways to maybe go off the edge of the block, we saw them do that towards the end of the set with some success. They get a few more of those chip kills. Suddenly, the Champlin block's going to back off a little bit, and then they'll be able to unload a little bit more.
Unfortunately, we were up a little too high to get involved in that candy toss. Nobody got it all the way up here, but that's okay. We'll be all right.
Yeah, you pick your poison. We were close to the root beer float stand, so there was opportunities there. I myself did not partake, but it was definitely offered, which is really nice of the Champlin Park boosters to be helping out the Rebel fans here. It's fan appreciation night, from what I can tell. At least that's what all the signs all over the gym say, Jay.
Yeah, pretty good crowd on hand too, and obviously winning helps. But they've supported this program pretty strong in these last several years. It's one of the things. The in things to do here at Champlin Park now, and that's great to see. Point here for Osseo is a early net violation on the Rebels, so Ojiri will serve again here with her team up 1-0. Sent over here by Buffington as Osseo will get into their offense, and they get it done as Hannah Carmen, an aggressive swing in the middle.
Carmen beats the block there. Really nice job as she goes to the right of Praske, in between Praske and Stelpus.
Ashburn will give it right back to Stelpus here, and she is able to put it away. So the serve receive was not a real easy one to handle, but she got a decent ball over to her setter Ashburn, and then comes right back to her.
We call that a set-me pass. When you're the outside, you kind of bring it off the net. So the only real option they have is to give you the ball back, and she does her job and puts it away.
Seelock trying to answer with the same, but that one was a little wide of the mark. Score the point for the Rebels.
I like what she's trying to do there. Seelock trying to find the edge of the block and just misses.
Kwan getting that pass on target and then tipped over by Achenbach. Kwan digging it up. Ojiri now to Seelock, who will send it over. Ashburn, they come quick with that one, but the Orioles recover. Seelock, a little roll shot there, but Ashburn was right there. Now Schmidt has it denied.
Really nice block there by Seelock. Great patience from her. And I believe, yeah, Achenbach helping out on the block as well.
My colleague Jason Melillo had a real nice story on Kelsey Seelock and her brother on our Sports Jam show, so check it out online, ccxmedia.org. Good family that's contributed a lot of athletes to the Osseo sports world. And nice job by the Rebels as that one hammered home in the middle here. They've utilized their middles a little bit.
That was Emma Schmidt, typically an outside coming in. And again, I believe that's the 4th or 5th time in that rotation they found her on a high ball in the middle.
Praske serving it up. Osseo with the block. Kopp not able to recover as it goes wide.
Kopp tries to self-cover here. It's an out-of-system ball. She's trying to just kind of throw it over, but she puts it into the block, tries the self-cover, but not able to bring it back onto her side.
Teckham to serve here. Orioles up by a point early in set 2. And Stalpus. Serve receive error there, and Osseo now leading at 5-3.
Stalpus not the most steady serve receiver this match. I've seen her play very well. This not exactly the best she's been. I think she's just trying to get ahead of herself instead of see the server, see the ball hit her platform, and then worry about what happens next.
And Teckham serving error for the Orioles, so the Rebels will that serve back, and Gore will come back in to serve here for Champlin Park.
It's troublesome.
Tipped over, and the Orioles able to recover. Now they come to Hilly. Seelock has that one denied. Strong block put up there. Ashburn and Hilly were there. Ashburn, I think, got it. And a 5-5 score.
Big stuff block. Great vision again as the Rebels do a really good job. Once the ball gets set, they don't care about the ball anymore. Their eyes are just on the hitter, exactly the way you want to see it done.
Pushed over here in Champlin Park. Schmidt trying to swipe it deep, but missed. They kind of missed on an opportunity there. They didn't take advantage of that one as well as they could have.
Yeah, easy opportunity for them, and there's a little bit of miscommunication on the first contact, leading to some chaos afterwards.
Ashburn to Hilly there. Now Orioles with sent over by Steester. And Hilly the block, and tough ball really for Rossing to do anything with at that point. She was about 6 inches from the blocker there. There was no time to adjust.
Yeah, she does a good job getting a touch on it, but afterwards a little net touch there to end the rally.
Seelock's pass into the net. It was another one of those is it in and is it out kind of balls there. It certainly might have gone out, but she just felt she, when in doubt, you got to take that ball.
Absolutely. You might want to play the percentages here as Champlin not serving the most consistent this match.
And Ojeri not able to hit that ball. So the Orioles, this is about the time in the first set when they started to make some mistakes and let Champlin Park pull away a little bit.
There we see Ojeri kind of not getting herself into the next now situation. She's got to get behind the setter here instead of worrying about getting closer to the net.
Schmidt setting it for Hilly, and their timing was solid.
Really good finish there by Sammy Hilly. Take another look here. High ball, hang it. Not quite the quick tempo they're used to running, but knowing the middle's a little bit late, great setter choice to hang that ball up a little bit more.
And then Schmidt not close with that next serve, so the Orioles get the side out and pull back to within 2. Taylor Kwan, the sophomore, serving here for the Orioles. Near collision there for the Rebels, and they get a point out of it as Stalpus, but didn't talk real well there as Weimerskirch was almost run into here by Schmidt.
Yeah, Schmidt setting for the first time, knows that she's got the quote-unquote second ball, but should have probably audibled out of that one.
Ogery, a tough ball to get over, does, but good timing by Stalpus. Just little tip block there. Kind of a good read on this one, because I don't,
Absolutely.
you know, this was a not your usual ball to handle.
That is a way tougher play than most of us will ever understand for Stalpus.
And Ogery trying to roll that one over the blocker. Seems like she's kind of lost a little confidence in these last few minutes here. 5-point lead for Champlin Park.
Ogery needs that timeout more than any of the other Orioles. At least that's what the body language looks like on the court. Looking to flush, reset, and go after the next ball. Tough playing. They're doing some really nice things, but the long rallies are going Champlin's way, and the tight balls, Champlin's winning. So what they need to do is they need to reset, relax their shoulders in serve reception, go ahead and get a ball up and off the net so that the Orioles can run offense. The block from Champlin is very, very intense right now, and that's causing some problems both physically and mentally for the Orioles. Rebels, as long as they can serve the ball tough and in, things seem to be going really well for them. We'll see what they come off the timeout here with. Post-timeout serving was not a strength, we'll just put it that way in set one.
Some of the younger fans in the stands. So Weimerskirch back at the service line here for Champlin Park. Ogery getting a swing, but Weimerskirch digs that up. Ashburn tipping. Orioles scramble. Now Ogery a chance to get it over, and she does. Sealock a dig, and they come out to Ogery and sprays that one too long. And it's 13-7 Rebels.
Good rally. Ogery not able to quite finish it. I like the way she went for it on both of her attack attempts there. The ball's going to start hitting the ground.
Sealock's pass into the Orioles bench. No chance to get to it. 14-7 Champlin Park.
I think they need a side out here, if for no other reason than to get the smiles back on the Orioles' faces. They're starting to doubt themselves from the look of things. Great pass by Quan.
And that one dropped into the middle by Riley Steester, the young freshman for the Orioles.
Sets inside. Steester does a really good job of adjusting her feet and finding the floor, again, in that 5-6 seam between Gore and Weimerskirch.
Furman to serve here. The Orioles down by 6. Schmidt coming to Stalpus, off the block and good, and the Rebels don't let Osseo get any hint of a rally going there as they quickly get the ball back.
Schmidt, that set's a little tighter than she wants it to be, but Stalpus still able to put it down.
Achenbach swinging from the middle, but a net violation.
Yeah, she just didn't get her spacing right as she ran her route there. Stayed too tight. You see her up at the net right now. She's got to get off to get in.
This time tipping it over. Rebels scramble, and they will keep it up. Weimerskirch a dig on the aggressive hit by Carmen. Ogery a strong hit, but Weimerskirch gets there again, dumped over. Weimerskirch will come left side. Stalpus able to scrape it off the net.
Long rally, another kill for Stalpus. She's having herself a wonderful match here. Here we see it, she's got line open as they want to prevent her from hitting into the cross court. And they did, but unfortunately left her too much line and she's able to take advantage.
Ashburn, wow, that serve dove toward the court, and it is an ace for Izzy Ashburn, who leads their team in aces.
Yeah, we'll take another look here from the end line, and that's a great look at it. That ball floats, dives off to the right and down at the end, and Seelock not able to do much at all with it. Timeout here for Osseo. If they're going to come back again, the great thing about this game, one of the many great things about this game, I'm a little bit of a homer when it comes to it, is as long as you keep scoring, the other team can't win. It's not like basketball or football where they can drain the clock. So if you take care of the ball, you have an opportunity, but it's still an opportunity where you're running out of real estate. You're not. It's one of the big misconceptions about volleyball is wanting to serve. In all actuality, you want to be receiving serve because your odds of scoring are actually about 2 to 1. Statistically speaking, in serve receive compared to when you're serving at the higher level. So what you got to do if you are serving is you got to make sure you serve aggressively enough to kind of balance that out. If it's an easy serve, it's kind of like a free ball. Now the Orioles get to go on offense. Orioles looking for a lockdown serve receive here, an opportunity to run offense and get out of this rotation. It seems like they've been in for quite some time.
Ashburn continuing to serve it at Seelock. And then Stalpas, we just talked about how good of a night she's having, but that time a little bit of a misfire, so the Orioles decide out, and Audrey will come back to serve.
Stalpas just overran that ball a little bit.
And Audrey too strong with that one. Osseo's had less issues with serving errors than the Rebels, although they've maybe been a little bit less aggressive also.
Absolutely true. That's an okay miss there. 9-19 or 9-18, you're not going to go on a run without getting some aces anyway, so you got to go for it. That is not what we need. Kwan's got to step in as the girl in the libero jersey, communicate she wants to take that ball, let Seelock go get on her route.
Stalpas getting the ace, more so because of collision than anything there. Now they come out to Seelock. Good coverage by Ashburn there, and now Schmidt a swing. And she will put it away as Kwan unable to spin and get that one, and the Rebels starting to look like this, like the first set did here, where they just kind of made that run in the middle part.
Yeah, we'll see if they can hold on to finish. They got a little unfocused towards the end of set one. We'll see if they're able to maintain here, and the serve kind of gives them the opportunity.
And too strong with that one as Ashburn went to Prasky in the middle. Timing just not quite right, although I still like the idea.
Yeah, absolutely. At 9:21, you're going to run middle until your middle can't get the ball. I love the idea here to go ahead and try some new stuff. Gap set again is the idea. Look for the slide, and here it comes.
Right side, Achenbach for Osseo. She's been quiet tonight. She's their second leading attacker as far as number of kills this year, and we haven't heard a whole lot from her. And this one put away by Kopp.
Kopp does a nice job taking out the trash, as we say, a couple out-of-system balls, and here we see another one. Weimerskirt's just going to give her something high and hittable, and she's going to try and put it in play, and she makes the middle back defender there, Ojiri, step to her right and not able to get stopped behind the ball.
So Prasky the serve here for the Rebels, and that's a tough pass into the net. Not much chance there for Furman to do anything with it. 23-10 Champlin Park. Right side, here's Achenbach, and Ashburn digging that one up. And this one's going to land wide. So Ashburn, those are kind of the little plays that just can win, help you win matches.
And this is what I love about John Junker. Doesn't say, hey, congratulations. He actually lets her know she's out of position on that play and should have been standing in a different spot.
And they won't win it there as they serve into the net here.
The Vegas statement is chip in a chair. Osseo's got opportunities here, but they're going to need to be flawless.
Techum to serve here for Osseo. Weimerskirch getting it to Ashburn, and they come right side with it. Seelock firing away. Stalpus the dig. Ashburn over to Hilly. Hilly getting up quickly again on the second jump. Ashburn dumping it deep, and that'll be the winning point in the second set as Izzy Ashburn reading the floor well there, and it's a 25-11 win for Champlin Park.
Well, I don't know that I'll agree with that. Let's take a look at this last point here. We get an out-of-system ball. Kopp does a great job keeping it in play. Now we're going to get a pretty good swing here from Seelock. Not able to put it away, though. Good ball by Ashburn into the middle. Another libero bump set here. Seelock going to roll this one, touch, and then that's the play you're talking about where Hilly just bounces right off the ground back up again. Another good ball here. Opportunity. Doug's great. The key there was she was late moving. The reason she had to dump that ball to deep one is because Ashburn wasn't quite in a position to get her feet set and set the ball. Great vision, good wherewithal to know that that's the ball that's going to score, but I think she could have been a little bit better with her feet. Here I am being a perfectionist on a 25-11 win for Champlin Park. Let's go to break before I get myself in more trouble.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood, or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
The color in my garden keeps the pink in my cheeks. I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell and I had to have Meals on Wheels. They're my savior. My name is Lola Silvestri. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Welcome back here to Champlin Park. The Rebels winning the first two sets over Osseo, and a nice crowd on hand here. And fan appreciation night.
You know, the crowd isn't what I remember, and maybe I'm just used to the section crowd. We've done the section semifinals here the last 2 or 3 years, and it has been a rowdy crowd. And maybe I came in and there was some football going on, so maybe we got some kids out doing other stuff. But love to see the ones that are here are passionate about these Rebels.
So Osseo showing signs of coming back in the first set, not quite as much in the second, and we'll see what they can have in store here to begin set number 3. I always kind of wonder when there's younger players like this, do they feel pressure, or is it more so just that they, right now are just trying to find the rhythm and get back in sync here?
Well, I was able to watch this Oriole squad a couple Thursdays ago as they hosted the Blaine Bengals, and Blaine won set 1 close, won set 2 running away, and we're up in set 3 before Osseo turned it around and came back and win in 5. So Champlin Park, a little bit more of a formidable opponent than the Bengals are, but I know this much about the Orioles from what I've seen. There's no give up in this team, so look for a battle.
Hard to believe it. We're not terribly far from the end of the regular season here. Not a lot left on the slate before we get to that section time.
Yeah, it should be, like 2 weeks, and then they got the conference crossover, and then section starts. So we're getting to the point in the season now where you want to have your lineup locked in. You want to have everybody knowing their role and finish games that you start. So that's got to be Coach John Younker's speech to his team in between 2 and 3 here.
Teckham will serve here for Osseo as we begin our third set. Ashburn coming to Prasky there, had to slow up a little bit, but did a good job of not getting out ahead of things and just stayed with it.
Yeah, Ashburn jacked that ball up a little bit higher than Prasky was ready for. Prasky does a great job on the delay and able to finish.
Sydney Heimer in there to serve here for Champlin Park, getting her first time out there, senior. Ashburn will come to the right for Schmidt. Now here's Kopp off hands. And Steester got a little excited on that one and misfires. 2-0 lead for Champlin Park.
Yeah, great run to stay in the rally. A couple different nice defensive efforts there from the Orioles, but late point error.
Seelock tipping it over. And that one off the block as Schmidt will get the kill.
Sydney Heimer doing a great job coming off the bench here. Her first action of the night. Looks like John Yunker getting some extra kids some opportunities here with the opportunity on Fan Appreciation Day at home here.
Yeah, no matter what sport it is, it's not that easy to be sitting there for a while and then expected to come in and be in the flow immediately, and she's done a pretty good job. That serve was out, but
yeah, you get 2 and then miss the third one. Coaches aren't going to be real frustrated. We'll see how she passes this ball with Seelock back to serve.
Ashburn to Schmidt and pounds it home, and Ashburn making that one look relatively easy on a pass that was pretty tight to the net.
Yeah, Ashburn athletic enough to go get that ball. And Jay, that was the exact same rotation. They've only set Schmidt in that rotation out of serve receive, and it has scored every time. But as Mike Ebert once told me, yeah, just because you know it's coming doesn't mean you can stop it. And with the way Schmidt's swinging at the ball tonight, it's a pretty accurate statement. Here we see another tough serve that falls for an ace.
Long run to get there, and Audrey will send it over. Here's Hilly, dug up though by Kwan. Kopp cross court with that ball. Weimer Skirch will set it for Schmidt, trying to go line with it, but just missed.
Schmidt liked the line there, just missed it. Kopp keeps that ball alive, though. That's my favorite swing of the day for her. Oh, yeah, a whole lot of room down the line, but that's because the ball brought her inside. Really good vision from Ogery there to leave that one.
Dug up by Seelock. Now Ogery, a big swing, and she will put it away. I think they want to establish her again a little bit here. Played pretty well in the first, not quite as well in the second.
Look for her to be patient here. What I love about this is she's patient. She doesn't overrun the set, and she's able to put the ball where she wants it.
And that ball just good from Schmidt. Able to get the ball to drop on the line there.
I think Schmidt went over Ogery there, which is a pretty tough task to do. Ogery does a really nice job, relatively tall athlete, long limbs, able to get high on the ball most of the time.
Well, I can remember a time when, volleyball, I'm aging myself here obviously, but if you had a 6'1" player, they generally weren't that mobile, and they would, do a lot of blocking in the middle, and they weren't nearly as agile as what like Ogery and Schmidt are at that size.
Yeah, it's amazing how the athleticism of the game has changed and the level of the game has changed. I sit with college coaches at these junior tournaments during the spring and summer, and we'll watch 14 and under volleyball, and it's what 17 or 18 and under volleyball used to look like. The athletes are getting better, the skill sets are getting significantly better, and we as the casual fan are the lucky ones on the receiving end of being able to watch these phenomenal young women showcase their stuff.
8-3 lead for the Rebels as Gore serving. And the ball handling error there on the Orioles.
Yeah, I like the idea to reverse that ball, but again, runs into a little bit of problem as she's not able to get her feet set before she delivers. A lot of times setters will look at their hands after they double the ball, but about 90% of all double contacts are related to your feet. You're not getting your body in a good position, and as a result, the ball comes out unclean.
Ashburn, the tip block there, and the Orioles unable to control it, and things have started to spin away from them again here in this third set. 10-3 Champlin Park lead.
Yeah, Bree Gore on a nice service run here. The senior, I remember watching her. I remember working with her when she was 10 years old, and she has turned into a fantastic volleyball player. Going to go on and play at Northern State, if memory serves. Somewhere in the NSIC, I can't remember exactly what school. Great volleyball player from a great volleyball family. Her sister Taylor just is going to finish her career next year at Winona State. Just been bitten by the injury bug, has Taylor, and it's going to be weird. I was talking to Linda this fall, her mother, and she said it's going to be weird to have to pick a side when those two teams play each other next year. Here we see everything smiles on Champlin's side. We'll see as Osseo comes out, look for them to kind of lock in this serve receive here. Taylor Kwan still loose and relaxed. Look for her to take over and try and pinch some people out of serve receive here. Serve from Gore.
Hilly winning that little battle at the net, but the Orioles another opportunity. Ashburn will come outside to Hilly and uses the block there nicely, 11-3.
Sammy Hilly does a really good job of wait and chase here as the ball gets in the setter's hand and she's still on the inside of the setter and then follows the ball to the antenna. Great ball.
Ojeri cross court with that one. Ashburn will give it back to Schmidt, and she puts it away in Champlin Park. Right now, just kind of controlling this third set.
Yeah, Heimer with a great free ball opportunity pass up there, and every setter loves those balls. When everything is just going right, she could have dumped. She had Hilly on a slide and decided to go to Schmidt, which seems to be a pretty good choice all day today as well.
And again, Osseo not handling it cleanly there, so a 13-3 Rebels lead.
This is the point where confidence is going to come in pretty big here for the Orioles setter. See if she's able to reset her mind and her body and get good hands on this ball.
Seelock diving on a great short serve. Back for Schmidt. Kwan able to dig that one up. Schmidt battling, and then Ashburn gets up and pounds it.
Yeah, great defense from Kwan there, and then a joust at the net, and that's how the play ends. Really good swing there by Izzy Ashburn. It was interesting. I was watching the Gophers and the Badgers play, and a relatively good setter that played at Champlin Park did a really good job with a few of those. When Minnesota would leave an overpass for her, she ended 3 or 4 rallies thunderously just like that.
And there's her little sister making a play right there.
Great vision from Sammy Hilly there, and a smile on her face as always.
15-3 Osseo right now, just unable to stem the tide and get things going back their way. There's a serve that's wide from Gore after a nice run. Gore's a kind of player that, can be overlooked, but I think is a really good glue player for their team too. You got to have, at least one senior that's really stepping in and kind of leading things for you too, I think.
Yeah, I mean, she's not a player that's going to make a holy cow, are you kidding me dig. Those go to Weimer-Skirch. But Gore is just going to be steady Eddie the entire season, and she has, and that's why she's a captain, doing a lot of really nice things.
Osseo not able to take advantage there as Furman serving into the tape. 16-4 Rebels lead as Schmidt will head to the service line. And just wide as they went with the middle attack, but not quite able to get it to go. Nothing falling Osseo's way right now.
Good idea to force middle there, even late. Maintain your game plan. I like it.
And just a little too long from Hilly.
Ashburn forgot that Schmidt was setting there, and both of them kind of standing on top of each other.
To Stalpas, and that one blocked as Achenbach getting up.
Really good vision again from the Orioles there. Achenbach does a great job turning her hands back in, as that's a ball she was tooled on earlier in the match. She does a great job dropping that right shoulder back into the middle of the court.
Schmidt to Hilly, dug up there by Furman. Seelock had it denied. Another chance here on a ball to the outside. Now Stalpas tipping over the block.
Reverse this.
Yep, Schmidt back for Ashburn. And we get a net violation against Champlin Park. There.
Delayed net violation on Hilly there. Sorry for the interjection there, Jay. My inner coach comes out every once in a while. Ashburn was twiddling her thumbs looking for an opportunity to put the ball away.
Schmidt sending it over. And some indecision there by Furman as she changed her mind at the last minute on how to handle that one.
Yeah, interesting there. Thompson, number 9, Nicole Thompson, getting her first action today as well, and does a really good job when Schmidt takes the first ball of remembering a little bit late maybe that she comes in and sets that ball and gets the assist.
Quan wide with that one, and it is 19-7 Champlin Park, and this is Nicole Thompson, junior, excuse me, Hilly will serve as Thompson, as Andy said, coming in, getting her first opportunity here late in this third set. Off the block, Stalpas gets to it, and Schmidt nearly falls over, and then that hit just a little too long.
Really great heads-up play there by Stalpas, laying out off the as the ball goes off the block. Schmidt gets a second touch. Ashburn, again, you can tell these kids that have played a lot of volleyball, the easy out of system ball is to put it to the middle of 6, but you want to force that ball to 1. You're allowed to make an error on that. Going for the right thing, it makes it much easier.
Overpass there, and Rossing times it just right for the Orioles as they try and put together a little bit of a run, at least end their night on a little better note here. Emily Ahrens, the serve again for the Orioles. Schmidt back to Stalpas, had it blocked. She'll come right back out to her. And Seelock into the net. So the Rebels hit 20 now.
Looking to fight to finish are the Rebels here. Want to finish clean, don't want to let anything kind of slowly get themselves back in. Jensen Lures enters the game.
Ashburn a dig and another. And dumped into the middle. Quan gets there. Ashburn will come back with it to Schmidt, but double contact called on Izzy Ashburn.
Tim Harlow, you don't need to make that call. That was such a pretty play. Tim's a perfectionist. He's right, it was a double.
Achenbach serving here for the Orioles.
That one he could have called as a net violation.
Pounded there, but dug up nicely by Ojeri. And same on the other side by Schmidt. The lefty Lures taking a swing there for the Rebels. Nice block by Praski. A long rally here. Who's going to take it? Weimer Skirch setting it outside to Stalpas. Another nice dig there by Weimer Skirch. They'll come to Schmidt and off hands up front. And then a tough ball to handle on the carom. 21-11 Rebels.
Good rhythm on that ball. We'll take a look at the end here. Schmidt out of the back row on a second tempo. Really good touch there from, I believe it was Rossing, but unfortunately slows it down and throws it out of the way.
Heimer serving here for the Rebels. Weimer-Skirch will come to Schmidt with it, and she puts it away. Nice pass by Weimer-Skirch. That's not a real easy ball to control or put it exactly where you want to, but she did a pretty good job.
Yeah, good vision there, good patience on the ball.
And Kwan not able to pass that ball. 23-11 now, Rebels, as their fans can sense that it's going to be time to congratulate their team and then head on out soon. And another ace. Not a bad way to get yourself into this third set here. She's done a nice job, Sydney Heimer.
Heimer does a great job. Kwan with the first time she struggled in this match, and that's back-to-back aces off of her platform.
Oh, and Heimer really wanted to close it out with another ace there. Instead, just a little too low with it, so 24-12.
Living on the edge there are the Rebels, and just missing, 12-24.
Off the block, Ashburn will come outside. Here's Emma Schmidt, and there it is, set point and match point for Champlin Park as they take care of business here tonight against Osseo, bouncing back from a couple of tournament losses on the weekend.
Here we see the last point. Newcomer with a great pass. We go slide. It's going to get blocked. Picked up well here from Schmidt. She transitions hard to work for the kill. Gets repaid and does, in fact, get that kill to end it. Only fitting that Schmidt ends this match 25-12 in the third.
So the Rebels get the sweep over Osseo. We'll come back to hear from the Rebels in just a moment as Champlin Park picking up another win here in Northwest Suburban Volleyball.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
I rescued Toast from a shelter in 2011. I love Toast because she's a lazy diva. Toast does whatever she wants, obviously. She's sleeping right now. She's an epic snuggler. She's so comforting. She's so loving. Toast makes me laugh. When I walked into the shelter, I knew right then that she was special.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
Welcome back here to Champlin Park. The Rebels getting a sweep over Osseo here tonight, and we're joined by a couple of Champlin Park players, starting with Brigor. And you guys, I know over the weekend, had a couple losses, which hasn't happened much this year, but did you feel like you bounced back pretty well tonight?
Yeah, we learned to play together really well, and this weekend we learned to learn from our losses and play together and get back in the gym and work hard and come back from those losses.
I thought you guys did a nice job, too, of kind of putting Osseo away, not letting them get any momentum back into it. Was that something you guys talked about, was kind of keeping your foot on the gas when you did build a lead like that, too?
Yeah, we had to start right from the beginning and push all the way through to finish that game really solid.
You guys have you've had a good year overall. Do you feel good about this team? As you know, we're not too far from playoff time. Are you feeling like this team has a chance to go far again?
Yeah, we do. We just got to learn from a few things and build on what we have, and we'll be really solid this postseason.
All right, thanks for joining us, and good luck the rest of the year. And Caitlin Weimer-Skirch showing your skills digging the ball again here tonight. You know, how much fun is it to come out? I know Osseo is a pretty close-by rival, and how much fun is it to come out and sweep them like this?
It's so much fun. Like, I know people on the Osseo team, and we knew they were going to be good, but we just came out and had fun and focused on our side of the court.
Obviously, you don't like to lose matches, but can it be a helpful thing a little bit to just to see, you know, what needs to happen out there?
Yeah, I think it was definitely a wake-up call this weekend because, like, we haven't lost much this season, but I think we bounced back really well, and it just put a little bit more fire under our stomachs to do better.
It feels like the season goes by quick. You know, we're not all that far from playoff time. What are some of the things you guys need to tune up or fine-tune a little bit heading into section play?
Yeah, just focusing on every rep, focusing more on the details because we just took things for granted before, and now just like focusing really hard on being precise with our movements.
Nice job here tonight, and have fun the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Caitlin Weimer-Skirch, libero for Champlin Park, as they get to sweep over Osseo here this evening to stay perfect in conference matches. We hope you've enjoyed this one, and watch for another good one coming up Thursday night in the Northwest Suburban as Armstrong plays at Maple Grove. For Andy Gugasberg and all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Good night from Champlin Park.